All the secrets of the Indy Ellie exposed by Comic Book Man and Bo.
Human females are so repulsive.
Independent Comic Book News, Episode 60. Gremlins are glowing.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Indie News.
And Indie News is being brought to you by Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics 15% off every day for everyone, including every indie comic in the place. And this guy, who of course comes to you from Image Comics, and this is an all-image and boom episode of Indie News.
Excuse me.
What's going on with the much-delayed Spawn 200?
Spawn 200 is shipping, I believe, the second shipping week of January. Now, this issue was going to be a regular size. It's now going to be 52 pages. It'll have art by Todd McFarlane.
That'll just make it later.
Michael Golden, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, Ashley Wood, David Finch, Greg Capullo, and featuring the penciling debut of Robert Kirkman.
He's a writer.
He's going to draw a 4-issue Omega Spawn story, which is included, and the issue is done. It's at the printers right now.
So all of you folks out there who haven't picked this damn book up in years, but keep coming into the store asking me when 200 is going to ship, because you're going to come in to just buy 200, and then nothing after that, and you're just going to come in for one cover that you've got in your head, which is probably the McFarlane one. It's coming soon.
Also, what's really, really weird,
Well, that's weird.
Spawn 201 to 207, they're shipping bi-weekly because the team that takes over after 200, they've been working on the book for almost a year, so they're 6 issues ahead of time. So
well,
the
that could be the case
every 2 weeks.
That could be the case. This thing is so delayed that if they had another team working on the next story arc, I'm sure it's done.
I mean,
the story arc after that is probably halfway done too.
I mean, these guys have been working on the book since they were announced taking over the book 8 months ago.
So what you're saying is Spawn 200 is the suppository.
Yes.
And the other 7 are the diary.
Crap them out.
Right. They're just going to go 201, 2 weeks later, 202,
Gotcha.
boom, boom, boom.
Which is a perfect analogy for Spawn, as far as I'm concerned. Meanwhile, in the Image universe, over at Top Cow, a book that is not like Spawn, is markedly better, as far as I'm concerned, is Witchblade.
Witchblade, artist Stepan Sekic returned to the book for 140, 141. He's taking a couple issues off. He's coming back with 144.
He's coming back for 141 and 141?
He's coming for 140 and 141.
Thank
two
you.
issues.
Thank you.
Then he'll be taking 142 to 143 off. Then he'll come back for the oversized 144, which will tell Witchblade's origin from the perspective of her partner, Jake McCarthy.
Oh.
Now,
That'll be fascinating.
Cedric was going to be able to do the book on a regular basis before, but he was out sick. He couldn't work on the book, but now he's fine, and the book will be shipping out after that point for continually. Also, Ron Mars and Cedric were supposed to leave with Witchblade 150. Now they said, oh, we're not going anywhere for quite some time, so they're going to stay with the book until they get bored with it.
Oh, God, I hope they get bored. Astonishing Wolfman's Robert Kirkman and Jason Howard will reunite on what?
Super Dinosaur!
Bum, 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 bum,
April
bum,
2011.
Ta-da!
The origin for that character will be revealed in the Image Free Comic Book Day book.
But folks, Free Comic Book Day is coming.
It's in May.
It's coming, first Saturday in May. And of course, Alternate Reality will have all the Free Comic Book Day books here once again this year, as we've done every single year for, I think, the last decade now.
Yes, since they've ever had it.
I think for the last decade now.
It'll be popping up on Free Comic Book Day. And we've also got a story a little later that's going to also involve Free Comic Books.
So if you actually found where Moons of Uranus is at, or if you go to Crunchy Nuts or Comic Crazy House, and you've never had a Free Comic Book Day because, well, not like they do it, stop off at the store on that Saturday, first Saturday in May, because I'll have all the Free Comic Book Day books down here, and you can take one of each.
Cool.
Just like every year. Just like every year.
So
moving on into the Boom universe. Boom! Mark Waid has taken his leave of Boom as the creative editor-in-chief.
He's no longer Boom's editor-in-chief. He is now the chief creative officer for Boom Studios, so he'll still be around as a consultant, but he'll be working as a freelancer from now on.
Why do you think he did that?
He says that he was basically spending way too much time working on business stuff and not writing, and that's what he does for a living. Yeah. He writes comics, so he figured he wanted to get back to just doing the writing part of what he started to do.
Okay. That makes sense. This from Michael Moorcock. Elric is coming back from Boom.
They're going to do a new series written by Superman's Chris Robertson. The series will be previewed in May. Guess when? Guess when?
In May.
Free Comic Book Day.
Oh.
It'll be a Free Comic Book Day book.
And if you've never been to Free Comic Book Day, well, never mind.
You already did it. Then there'll be a regular Elric series starting in July. Now, Elric is a character that a bunch of companies have tried to make a regular series out of, and it really hasn't worked. So I don't know about this one either.
Well, Elric's always been a hard sell. Elric is not Conan.
No. Could have been.
Do you know what happens when a ship sinks?
What?
First ones off the ship are the rats. Rats are leaving!
It's not that way. Paul Cornell. Paul Cornell is writing Stan Lee's Soldier Zero.
Yes.
Paul Cornell also has an exclusive contract with DC, so he doesn't really have time to work on a book that is not covered under his DC contract because Boom is quite obviously not DC.
Really?
So
I hadn't
Dan
noticed.
Abnett and Andy Lanning will be taking over the writing for the book with issue number 5. Because Cornell's doing action. He's doing another new project for DC which hasn't been announced. He's working on a couple other projects. So something had to go, and Soldier Zero was what had to go.
He's got a lemonade stand.
Soldier
He's
Zero!
got a lemonade stand, yeah.
He's got a flush Stan out of his bowels.
Okay. And that's it. We're done. We're finished. We've got no more indie news, but you can go to the store's website and check out all of the indie news that Bo sends me that I post up. And where's the store's website at? Bo, where's it at?
I think Sarah knows all this, but she's been feeling sick lately.
www.myalternatereality.com. Forget what you've heard. It doesn't give you jello knees.
So go to the store's website and check out all of the indie news that Bo sends me that I post up. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And Bo.
saying bye. The December heroes of the month this month are The Men Without Fear, Black Panther, and Daredevil. All month long here at Alternate Reality, all of my Black Panther and Daredevil trade paperbacks and back issues will be 25% off all month long. All my soft covers, all my hard covers, all my essentials, all my masterworks, and of course all the back issues for both Matt Murdock's Daredevil and T'Challa's Black Panther are going to be 25% off all month long. Stop on down. You don't want to miss it. Get your fill of The Men Without Fear.